Looks like we'll kick off the first question with James Lynch. James, please go ahead.
Hey, Drew. Good to talk to you. Your teammate, Justin Gaethje, just got a humongous win over the weekend, interim title. How much does that give you a boost heading into this fight?
A ton. I mean, him and I, like, he was originally helping me prepare for my original date, which was May 2nd. And then he got the fight offer. And so him and I had just been killing each other, every week. And so just seeing him be able to perform, in the third, fourth, and fifth round like that, it just gives me a whole lot of confidence that I'm able to perform equally as well.
You were supposed to fight Diego Ferreira back on May 2nd and fighting Alex Hernandez now. Has there been much of an adjustment in training camp for the new opponent?
Not so much. I think my camps are always how I can improve myself and how I can be a better fighter every time I step in the cage. Now, going from a jiu-jitsu specialist to Alexander, who's posing different problems, to me it's the same fight. It's negating their strengths and putting me in my strengths and allowing me to perform at my best.
And we haven't seen Hernandez in the cage since last July. How much do you think that will affect him in this fight, just having such a long layoff?
None whatsoever. I think he's enthusiastic. I think he's been training hard. And, I think I don't really think layoffs matter as much. Now it's just a matter of what kind of Hernandez is going to show up in the cage.
And then last one for me. How's the weight going? I know we're all in quarantine and stuff. I know lightweight's a difficult cut for you. How are things going ahead of this fight?
It's going as part of the plan. Just descending as normally as possible. But yeah, trying to cut weight and follow a nutrition program while having to stay in the house was super difficult. Watching my girlfriend eat all the snacks.
Thanks so much for the time, Drew. Appreciate it.
And next up, we have Shaquille Majori from MMA Mania. Shaquille, please go ahead.
Hey, Drew. How's it going, man?
Good. How are you doing, bud?
Good. Now, I know that fighters don't like to put a lot of stock in shared opponents, but what do you make of Alex's performance against Beneil Dariush? That was a long time ago.
Oh, yeah. Well, that kind of caught my eye. I saw that performance and I was like, holy cow. And I've been a huge fan of Beneil's. And so seeing a fight end in that fashion definitely opened my eyes. So to me, it was just it turned into, it's not if I fight Alex, it's when I fight Alex. And so I've been watching his career every single fight in the UFC.
Sure. And as a follow-up to that, Alex sort of talked about how he had this sort of huge jump into the UFC and immediately made a splash, and it sort of puts these expectations on him as a young up-and-coming fighter. Considering how much he's evolving fight to fight, do you think that people are overlooking Alex?
No, I don't think so. I think everyone's just aware how tough and how enthusiastic he is. I feel like his press conference with Donald Cerrone kind of rubbed people the wrong way. But no, I think me, my team, and everyone else know what he's fully capable of. But now it's my time to shine.
Yeah, thank you, Drew. Stay safe, man.
Thank you.
And next up, we have Gabriel Gonzalez from Cage Side Press.
Hey, Drew. So first off, I read your interview with The Athletic. What is the number one pastry or snack to avoid during the apocalypse?
Number to avoid. Do you avoid the snacks during the apocalypse? I think you should just eat.
Or if you're fighting, I guess.
If I'm fighting?
Yes, because you have to cut weight.
I have to avoid all of them. I don't touch anything that comes out of an oven, unfortunately. But I mean, I have my eyes set on a lot of them for May 14th.
Gotcha. Have you had a lot of time to, go to the kitchen and work on anything? I mean, what has been your hobby during quarantine aside from training when you can?
Unfortunately, I love culinary. I love cooking and I love creating cool stuff. But I follow a strict nutrition program, so I have it all delivered and prepared for me. So I'm extremely eager to cook myself some meals and have some date nights with my girlfriend.
It sounds good. Being in quarantine at the Fighter Hotel, have you thought about how you're going to approach the next 50 or so hours? Because obviously they're encouraging you guys to stay in and avoid as many people as you can go before the fight.
I'm going to get in, get my job done, and get out and celebrate in Denver, Colorado with Justin Gaethje.
Have you guys talked about how you guys are going to party during the apocalypse with the wins?
I mean, honestly, I think Justin Gaethje just sent me a donut that says he's got some fresh donuts prepared for him and I when I get back.
It sounds good, man. Good luck.
Thank you.
And it looks like that's all the questions we have for you. Oh, sorry. We're going to go next to Matt Tucker.
All right, Matt, coming in last.
Hey, speaking of Justin Gaethje, I was wondering your thoughts on how he matches up against Khabib.
I think Gaethje's wrestling is extremely underrated. I think Khabib is a tough fight for anybody. But with Justin Gaethje's power and his wrestling credentials, he can definitely pose a threat. Khabib's fight with Dustin Poirier, he kind of showed a little bit of, weakness. I won't say weakness, but like some unfortunate events in that fight. And I think Justin Gaethje can definitely take advantage of those moments.
So, how do you rate his performance against Tony? It was an incredible battle. Tony tough as nails. What do you think he changed in that fight versus his earlier fights?
It was being a little bit more directive with his motion. I know going into the UFC, he was just out there and just performing at his best, but like more so, like he said, it was more carefree. Like he didn't care where the fight went and how it went. Where now he had more of a focus. Like he was controlling the direction of the fight, and in the fight, he was making the adjustment of like how hard he should hit. You can't be just putting 100% in every single punch because that's how you only last 2 rounds. And he was able to pull back and keep that tempo for the full championship fight. And I think those are the adjustments he made.
Yeah, it was an incredible fight. Good luck on Wednesday, and enjoy your donuts with Justin.
Thank you so much.
Take care, man.
Okay, Drew, now it looks like that's all we had for you. You are good to go, sir. We appreciate the time.
Cool. Thank you so much, guys.